Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. So today we're going to be talking about naming your business. All right. That is a very important conversation that I want to have with you because you got to think about long term, right? And when you go into business, you got to go with the mindset that you're going to be 100% successful. Okay. Don't go with the mindset that you're going to fail. So, with that being said, let's think about some ways that I would come up with my business name if I had to. All right. Here we go. So when I refer to as long term, you want to make sure you come up with some generic name for your dealership, something that later on in the future you can sell to somebody else and someone else can be the owner of it with the same name. Like, for example, my name is Jose. I cannot call it Jose Auto Sales. I mean, I can, but I wouldn't, because later on, who's going to buy a Jose Auto Sales? We're going to have to rename the business. But if you plan on keeping it for life, letting your kids run the business and all that stuff, then name it whatever you want. But that's just my rule number one for you. Generic name for the dealership so you can sell the business when it's successful later on in the future and you can take your money and retire and go somewhere else. All right. All right, and also you got to remember you got to focus on your brand. What kind of dealership you're going to be? Are you going to be a new car dealership? Are you going to be a used car dealership? Are you going to have high-end cars? Are you going to have just a regular garden variety? You got to think this in mind because a rich person is not going to want to come and buy a little cheap car from you. They're going to want to look for like bigger cars. And the same thing, a person with you know who's not that financially stable or independent is not going to come to you and buy the most expensive car in your lot. So you got to know who your target audience is. You got to know who your customers are, what kind of customers you're going to be selling to, and all of this will come with experience in the kind of cars you buy too. All right. The next step is remember, you have to make it memorable, right? People got to remember it. Think about this, like Drive Away with Jose, or something that they'll remember for a while. Something catchy, it can be catchy. Deals on Wheels, stuff like that. Rolling deals, rolling cars. I don't know. You gotta get creative and come up with it. And for example, like I was saying, get creative, come up with it, and think about it this way. You remember that green lizard in the commercials? Insurance commercials, green lizard. You already know what I'm talking about. See, that's the kind of thing that I mean, make it memorable. People have to know. Or like, hey, what are you wearing? This is Jake from State Farm. Jake from State Farm. That's things that are memorable. Okay, who are you? What are you wearing, Jake from State Farm? That's just an example for you right there. Make it memorable. One of the other things you can do too is you can use your location. All right, wherever you're at. Let's say you are in Hollywood Hills. You can call it Hollywood Hills Auto Sales, or like Cars of Hollywood Hills. You know what I'm saying? If you're in Houston, Texas, you can call it Cars of Houston. Houston, Texas, Cars of Houston, or Auto Houston's best car dealership, something like that. Get creative with it. You can use your location. If you're in a certain street, my street is, let's say, XYZ River, we can call it XYZ River Dealership, XYZ River Auto Sales. Anything that you want to name your dealership. Now, it's also very important to remember that there are other people on the planet, and your idea that's not the first one. So be sure that you look into the name that you are getting to make sure that nobody else has taken it already. All right. And with that being said, I think that's basically the biggest takeaways of these things. Make sure you do a generic name. Try to have a holdings company or parent company, and then that way you can sell your business assets. But these are conversations that we can have later on in the future. So just a quick thing: make it generic, make it easy to pronounce, make it easy to remember. You can use your location like Hollywood Hills, remember that stuff, and you'll be good to go. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Remember, get creative with your name, look it up, make sure nobody's got it already, and yeah, if there's anything that you want to know too, please hit the comments below, let us know, and we will make sure to make a video for you. Also, you can let your friends and family know about it, get their input. Not that it really matters, I wouldn't. That's a dangerous one. Test it out. You can put it on social media and see what kind of feedback you get with the name that you're choosing. You can have a couple of options right there, let people vote and what kind of name they think would be best, because at the same time you also got to test your audience too, right? And also remember, your friends are not your customers, and your customers are not your friends. So your friends are not going to come and buy from you. Don't feel bad about that. It's your strangers that you're going to sell to. Your customers are not your friends, and your friends are not your customers. All right, guys, now I'm done for real. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good day. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe to keep these videos coming and get you going. Take care.